So, F-150 water leak. Carpets up front was wet. So the customer was assuming whenever he used his AC when he was down in Florida for 2 weeks straight, that that's the reason why the carpet got wet. So there's an update for the TSB where you put this elbow on the drain for the HVAC box. The customer came back and said that didn't help. It's still getting wet. So we pull up the front floor and everything else and then get inside here. Keep running it through the car wash, running it through the car wash, and then if you look right here, you see the water? It's dripping right now. There it is again.
Another drip. And it just keeps dripping, and it's coming right
Out of the silicone where this trough is mounted to the back glass, right behind these wires. There's another drip.
Thank you. All right, cool. Cool.
You can see when you look up in here, it's coming where that window is mounted to, where the whole entire window is mounted to the back glass. So I pull them out of the way a little bit. You can see the water build up right there, and then eventually that water will start to fall out of this trough inside here. Water will build up where this window slides back and forth. It gets in through these corners, builds up inside this trough right here, and then starts to leak down underneath the silicone, the plastic, and how it's all held to the window. And it'll leak, and it'll come right down . You can move it back and forth and watch it bubble. Most of the water, and then it drips down here, drips down the middle, drips down on top of the, basically the decompressed vents for whenever you close the doors, those flaps open and close. And then drips down them, drips down into the floor, and then it'll get the whole side wet. It'll drip down here, and then it'll fall down the ledge, and it'll go all the way forward, and it'll start rusting out the floor and stuff like that. So that is where our water leak is. Felt like we'd share that with you guys. So if you're asking where it's coming from, when we're spraying it, when we're in the car wash or with the pressure washer from real far away, you can see it bubbling in these corners on both sides of the glass, right where they meet up. And it starts to fill this trough up where there's not supposed to be water. And then it comes back through underneath that silicone and drips down the truck into the floor. And then it travels down passenger side all the way. So in order to fix this, the guy needs a whole new back glass assembly, unfortunately. You know, it's to be honest with you, it's like a $500 or $600 piece, and could be even more with the grid. I think it might be even more because of it having the defrost and everything built into it, and not just the window.
Yeah, and it's a power slider.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, but unfortunately that's what the customer did not want to hear, and he has no more warranty. His extended warranty doesn't cover this, which most extended warranties don't. So it is what it is, unless you get like Ford Premium Care, then they'll cover it or something like that. I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care. This is a typical water leak that a lot of most shops would overlook, and even ours. We might overlook this, sorry, if it wasn't currently going on at the time. So there's no way that you can really see these things until you get the right tech on the job. Or this truck had been to multiple shops trying to find a water leak, even ours, and we had explained to him, if you don't want us putting a bunch of time into this thing, then we're going to perform the TSV and we're going to send you on your way with that little elbow, and it's supposed to redirect water away from the cab and route it to the ground instead of giving it an opportunity to come out of the hole and then turn back on the little drain and go back in. Why Ford would ever create an evaporator drain that goes straight out instead of angling it down, I don't know. Anyway, the update is to put a little rubber elbow on and then use some of that basically heating and ventilation style tape, the Nashua tape, to go from the firewall over the elbow and then back on the firewall again, and it holds that on there. But the elbow is a common fix. The roof rack corners on both rear cab corners, there's a piece of plastic, likes to leak under that. It likes to leak under the high mount brake light above the cab a lot. And the little vents in the back of the cab, if you like get up underneath your truck, your F-150, and look up in between the cab and the bed, you'll see these big black boxes that have vents in them, that when you close the door and that cabin pressure is in there, those flaps open and close real quick to allow the pressure to escape the inside of the cab. That's so you don't like blow out the windows and stuff like that. Those sometimes from the factory are not snapped in all the way, especially on the Super Duties. Sometimes on the F-150s as well, and it will allow water to go over the cab and then get down behind that seal and run into the cab. So those are a few common F-150 water leaks, and then the rear glass. So just wanted to share that with you guys and just give you kind of some food for your leaks on one of the ones that you may not find because you're simply just not looking hard enough. Y'all be blessed.